and welcome to another video. I really hope you all are doing great and you all are learning from my video something or the other. Well, in this video I'm going to again take this learning journey a step ahead. In my last video I wanted people to suggest me that what should be my next video topic, whether it should be on the clubs and cells which are there in the college, or should it be something where I would be presenting or sharing one of my presentations that I used for one of the subjects over here. So बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों ने तो कुछ इसके along the lines नहीं पूछा था, but yes, there were a couple of people who wanted, some wanted to have a look at the clubs and cells through my videos, and the other ones wanted to have a look at my presentation and how I basically try to present my things. So in this video I'm going to be sharing something which I submitted. This is one of my presentation which I submitted for one of my subjects in the second semester, called mergers and acquisition. So before you get down into the video, the later part of the video where you will get to see that the entire presentation, we had to basically record and send. तो मेरे पास में वो ड्राइव में थी, तो मैंने सोचा कि मैं वही अभी फ़िलहाल के लिए आपके साथ शेयर कर लेती हूँ. So before you actually go ahead with that, I really want you to pause and be considerate towards it. Every person has a very different style of giving their presentation. कुछ लोग को बहुत ज़्यादा graphics पसंद है, कुछ लोग को बहुत ज़्यादा verbal content पसंद है, and some try to strive a balance between the two of them. Now what generally I present is I try to use a lot of lines which are very famous through the entertainment world, and I try to incorporate those things into my presentations because somewhere down the line I feel that is a nice icing with which I can start my presentation to grab the attention of everyone. तो थोड़ा सा उसको मैंने use करके, so basically we had to make a presentation on any of the mergers or acquisitions which are in trend or which are in the news at this point of time. So I made this presentation I think in the month of December or January. So that was the time when Mama Earth was all set to get into the PPO. They were about to launch their PPO, and alongside they also acquired B Blunt, which is a hair styling brand. So I made my presentation along those lines. अभी मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि this is the best presentation you will come across. Never at all would I say that. But that is just a glimpse of how I present my things in the classes, how I present my ideas and how I, share my ideas whenever I'm given a chance to do my presentation. So please have a look at it with an open mind. If in case there are places where you think that you could do better or maybe I could do better, please suggest me in the comment section. I'll try to make those changes. And at the same point of time, if you think that you could get to learn something out of it, then please share that also in the comment section so that both of us would be benefiting in this particular domain. कि अगर मुझे कुछ improvement के लिए tips मिल रहे हैं, I'll love to implement them. And अगर आपको कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है, so you can just take it as a reference. It's not the best presentation, but it's just my presentation, how I give my presentation. So I really hope you would enjoy it. I won't talk much about it. More explanation about how exactly, what is the idea behind it, how do I put my thoughts into action while making the presentation. I'll make that in the next video wherein at least those would be a little more helpful for you. तो इसको आप pretty much like a sample देखो, और अगले वाले वीडियो में हम उसके हर एक component को discuss करेंगे. Regarding the clubs and cells, yes, since that would require some amount of homework and I'm not really getting a lot of time between Monday to Friday and I have a busy weekend, तो मैं शायद उसको अपने coming video में डालूंगी, but I'll surely make that for you before you get into college, so that you will be in a better position to understand that what can be expected out of you, so that you get exactly what you are eyeing upon. तो ये था मेरा छोटा सा intro. I really hope you watch the video till the end. You get to learn something. You get to find some value out of it. And I would also be open to take your feedbacks. Do share your feedbacks. Where are the places that I can do better? I would love to incorporate those changes in my future presentation. Well, इतने के बाद में मैं एक अपना रिक्वेस्ट जो मैं हर बार करती हूँ, लेट मी डू इट वंस अगेन. इफ़ यू आर कमिंग टू माई चैनल एंड लविंग द कॉन्टेंट, प्लीज़ कंसिडर सब्सक्राइबिंग टू इट. मैंने बस एक छोटा सा एम बना के रखा है दैट बिफोर आई लीव हैदराबाद एंड आई गो, आई एम जस्ट एक्सपेक्टिंग टू टच 1000 सब्सक्राइबर्स. सो यू कैन हेल्प मी इन डूइंग दैट एंड आई बी मोर देन हैप्पी इफ़ दैट हैपन्स. नहीं होगा तो कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, जर्नी आगे भी जारी रहेगी, बट हाँ हो जाएगा तो आई डेफिनेटली बी वेरी हैप्पी. That was it. Enjoy the video, share your views, share your comments, and yes, if you're coming to the channel for the first time, or if you're finding some kind of value out of it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now you can go ahead and watch the video.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me something. Who's the prettiest of all? We all have heard Cruella celebrating the fact that she was the prettiest woman on the earth. Maybe at that point of time, Cruella did not realize that this beauty industry is going to be something that the whole world is going to go mad about. Well, today I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the acquisition of Mama Earth and Be Blunt, the two brands which are catering the beauty requirements in different segments for almost all the economic groups. Greetings for the day. My name is Anuradha Singh and my roll number is Echo 21. Let me take this moment to deep dive into the process of this acquisition and try and understand this with better understanding. Well, Be Blunt, as a lot of people would be knowing, was the curly revolution. For the longest period of time in Bollywood, we enjoyed having long and straight hair. But this woman, Aduna Bhavani, she actually changed the way the whole world looked into the process of celebrating their hair. And just with 135 employees, it made a mark in the world of the premium hair care, hair color, and hair styling brand. It's a part of the Godrej Consumer Products Limited. It started its first salon in Mumbai, and within a few years itself, it actually came up with 14 salons under its name. Do you remember this iconic look of Preeti Zinta from the movie Dil Chahta Hai? Well, if you have loved it, then it's time that you sit down and say thank you to Bhavani because she was the one who actually created it. Now, one thing is very clear that Be Blunt was a passion driven business. And the same passion with a little bit of distress was the reason why Mama Earth also came into existence. Ghazal and Varun, they both were parents to their first child and they both were having this problem of dealing with the skincare condition which their son was having. When they tried to introspect into the reasons why it's happening and if they can help their child, they saw that a lot of foreign imported products were available in the market, which was one, very, very expensive, and two, not very easy to actually acquire in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. This is where they saw the possibility of growth, and with their 90 lakh self funding, they came up with Mama Earth. Mama as in mother and Earth as in this entire planet. This actually led to the coming up of Mama Earth. So now we are very clear that both of the businesses came up with some kind of passion and a reason to make a difference. So one thing was clear that somewhere down the line, the synergies were matching. Let me take a moment to talk about the reasons why exactly it was a perfect fit for both of the brands to come together. The hair color and the hair styling category, according to predictions, is expected to continue to grow fast in the country. I mean, gone are the days when people just wanted black or brown hair. At this point of time, people are equally interested to celebrate their burgundies, purple, and all the different colors. So Mama Earth knew that with time, this hair care brand is going to continue to grow, and that's why it was the best decision for them to go ahead. Not to forget the strong D2C connect and the millennial connect that both of the brands are having. This was definitely going to push each other to actually go ahead. We all have heard in the news that Mama Earth is set to come out with its IPO. At this point of time, to acquire businesses which pretty much have the same synergies like yours is definitely going to help both the brands. Let's have a look at the numbers. So in finance, we know that we have understood and read about this concept that when the founders are keeping their money in the business, that clearly shows that they have a lot of faith in the business to grow ahead and also the possibility of seeing that the business is going to make wonders. That is the reason which even the numbers reflect. 36% of the funds which are still in the business are actually from the founders. I would also like to draw your attention towards the ESOPs, 3.82%, which is almost 320 CR. The ESOPs are also quite a huge number. Considering the size and the time when both of these brands came into existence, BBlunt came into existence in 98 and Mamaearth fairly new in 2016, this is a remarkable number to celebrate. I would also like to draw the attention towards the fact that Mamaearth launched 35 stores in 15 cities in just 1 year. And along the same lines, BBlunt became the only brand that crossed 1 million haircuts and styles without really going into the pasting methodology. So one thing was very clear that both of these brands were having the capacity to grow and make it big. That's why I also call it, this was a paraben-free merger. Now looking at the merger proposal, there was an estimated count of 135 crores valuation, wherein 30% of the stakes of BBlunt was going to count 85 crore rupees, which Mamaearth was all set to actually acquire. Not just that, they were also ready to acquire their product line business, but the catch was they were leaving the salon business independent. Art is something wherein the artist should be given the freedom to actually exercise on his or her own. And this merger is an amazing example of the same. Let's have a look at the communication matrix. Now, obviously, we have understood that whenever there's a merger or an acquisition that happens, it's important that the entire stakeholder group is communicated with this big change. Now, from the employee number, the numbers aren't that big, but that doesn't take away the importance of the communication matrix. It was important and it was also taken care by both the brands that they informed their stakeholders, their employees, and the community and the press. There was a message given in the press that these two brands are going to make a revolution in the way people look at themselves, people look at grooming themselves. With this, they were also all set to go global rather than just domestic. Both of the firms were getting into newer segments. Obviously, Mamaearth tried and tested a lot of things in and around hair care from an Ayurvedic perspective. But having a brand which has already carved a niche in this process would definitely be a great push for them. And the news was shared extremely in a formal way through the press releases. Though for making people aware about it, the social media was utilized a lot. I mean, sit down and think, when was the last time you saw a Mamaearth advertisement done by one of the influencers? I'm sure it wouldn't be very long ago, because that is the hold Mamaearth had on the influential market. So communication wise, both of the companies, both of the firms were very crystal clear with their reason why they are going ahead with the merger. And that basically made Abduna clearly come out and say that this is going to be the one opportunity which is going to make BBlunt amazing with time. Now let's take a little moment to understand the cultural mix. Now, as per my understanding and as per the records also, we have seen that whenever two different companies from two different geographies or countries are coming into a collaboration, there's a lot of cultural mix which actually gets into a tussle. But over here, since both of them were in the same geography, since both of them were almost in the same particular place, they knew that they can push the business to the much desired result. And that is where, when we look at the cultural mix, comparing the board and the managers and also the liberty that both the teams were having, that was really phenomenal. From my understanding, I would say that since more or less both the businesses are highly into the customized manner and they are highly into the market where one was all set to complement the other, the cultural mix was amazing. Somewhere down the line, both of them were in the market, in the field of creating something better and significant for the customer base. So here's a little bit of my understanding which actually comes here. Now, one very important thing which basically came into existence post this particular merger was the CEO of the final merger. That means the merger of Mamaearth and BBlunt would remain Varun and Ghazal Alak. But that does not take away the power from Abduna, because she still remains to be the director. And just as I already mentioned, that both the companies were all set to give her the free hand to entertain and run her entire salon business on her own. Now, if we look at the goals and the measures to actually get into the budget section, this was something which was a little bit of challenge for BBlunt, because when it even came into existence, it was seen, it was projected, it was actually perceived by people as a luxury brand. But with the D2C connect which Mamaearth is having, this was the one particular way in which they could actually breach the market and get into the budget segment. At the same point of time, for Mama Earth, it would be a other way around shift. Now, remember this: whenever we are talking about customer loving a product, we love to idealize our heroes and heroines, the actors whom we see on the field, right? So B Blunt has already made its mark through that iconic Preeti Zinta curly hair from Dil Chahta Hai to many more in the line. So for Mama Earth, it was the place to actually come in the spotlight and be enjoyed and used by the celebrities as well. So this was the one place where both of them were acting as the jigsaw piece, which could finally give us the picture of coming up as the brand that was all set to make the big difference. Now let's have a look at the retention and the retention of the key talent metrics. So one of the major challenges which comes across whenever there's a merger that is going on is how is the firm going to look into the retention of the key talent. The best thing about the whole process was both the brands were open to keep all of their employees. There was only a small change that happened in the leadership board wherein Ghazal and Varun became the CEO post merger and Abduna was supposed to step down a little and become the director and the person who would look into the entire salon business. So more or less, it was still something that was to be celebrated and that was to be actually taken care of. Now, if we talk about the key motivators in the process, it would become clearer how exactly Mama Earth goes out with the IPO. Now, as per my understanding and the understanding of the financial world, before any company goes into an IPO stage, it's important that a company makes the people feel that it is going to come out as a profitable business. And that's where we land at the big question: would this give the result which Mama Earth is expecting to see? The least I can say is it is definitely going to open the avenues for more and more products and more luxury for the employees. But how much would it be in terms of profits? That is something time will tell. The only one thing that I could really resonate to at this point of time was the fact that both the businesses are they're both the businesses come out of passion, both the businesses come out with the agenda to make a difference, and that is something which is going to help both of them in the years ahead. That was it from my side. Thank you so much for your patient hearing.